Hi y'all, and welcome to my channel, Fred Makes Things. If you hear any noise in the background, that would be my husband shoveling us out from the snowstorm that we just had. You don't care about that. So today marks my first sewing project that I have done outside of Sewers Club subscription boxes. So if you've seen my channel plans for the year or whatever, then you will know that I am doing sewing video every Wednesday now. I don't have enough Sewers Club content to fill up those Wednesdays, so this one is my first non-Sewers Club project. If you don't know what this is and you didn't read the title, these are bowl cozies. I'm going to break this video up into my usual 4 parts. A mini introduction, assembling the pieces, right, making the project, pros, cons, and user error, and then final thoughts and sign off. So part one is introduction. So I've been looking at doing some sort of bowl cozy for a while. Years and years ago, I saved a tutorial that I came across on Facebook by I don't remember. I'll flash up the name here for you. But it was a very simple square bowl, right? A square cozy. And I was going to make it. I was actually going to make it for this project. Easy How, I think is the website. Anyway, I was going to make it for this project because I've been wanting bowl cozies. But yeah, so I opened that project up, took a look at it, was like, yeah, that's pretty simple. And then I think the algorithm gods, right, that are creepy, saw that I was looking at bowl cozy patterns on Google, right, on Google Chrome, and they suggested on Instagram an Instagram post for bowl cozies in a flower shape. And I like the flower shape more, so I clicked on the link for the flower shape, watched the video, thought, oh, this is pretty easy, I can do this. And then went to get the pattern and found out the pattern was $9.50. So after hemming and hawing for a while, I decided I might as well try it out, right? I don't spend a lot of money for this channel, and I really liked the look of these on the YouTube video. So I decided I was going to buy the pattern. So that's what I did. I bought the pattern. You can buy this pattern too through Minky Kim. They have, I'll post up their, in the description box, I will give you links for their YouTube channel and their, probably just their YouTube channel. You can find them on Instagram as well, at it looks like Zeriano, but I will double check that before I post anything else. In the pattern, you got detailed instructions, detailed color instructions, along with the pattern pieces that you can print out. So that's what I did. I bought the pattern and I made them. So now we will do part 2. Assembly. So first things first, you had to find enough fabric to make them. It required more fabric than I thought that it would. It required basically 2 10-inch squares of fabric for the large bowl, 2 like 9.5-inch squares for the medium bowl, and 2 like 8-inch squares for the small bowl. That's not exact. Okay, so my husband just came in and I got distracted for a second, so I'm not sure if I'm repeating myself or not. But after figuring out how much fabric I needed, and going through my fabric stash to find it so I didn't have to like purchase more fabric, I ended up doing these ones. Let me know in the comments if you recognize where this fabric comes from. It was fun to see last time, so we'll do it this time too. Yeah, so then they had you quilt the exterior bodies. They recommended using just a cotton batting, but I decided to go with insole fleece because I had it for February's Sewers Club revisit. So I have more than I need to last me quite a few projects. So I used insole fleece for the exterior quilting. You didn't have to quilt the interior, but I did do it for the exterior. Right, all 3 of these are quilted. They're quilted at a 3/4 inch square, so tighter than I normally do it. But they recommended doing 1/2 inch square, and there was no way I was going to do that. So I decided on a 3/4 inch square instead. From there, I then cut out the pattern using the templates that they gave me. So here's the big bowl, the small bowl, and the medium bowl. So these were quite helpful. I traced them out on all of my fabric. Then actually that's not true. So I sewed the interior pieces together first, leaving a little gap so that I could turn them out after. Then I traced all of the patterns onto the bowls, cut the patterns out, and then pinned them together and sewed them basically, sewed them together, and pinned these edges together, like this part here together, and sewed these first. I sewed all the interior and the exterior ones at the same time. Some came out cleaner than others, but they're all here. And then I sewed the lining to the exterior fabric, going along the curves, turned them inside out, closed up the gap that I had left, hand stitching it. I'm not that great at hand stitching, I don't have the patience, but I hand stitched them all together. And then the instructions didn't require this, but I've gotten used to doing it with Sewers Club. I did a top stitch around all of the tops. And this is what they came out to look like. So all in all, it was a pretty easy project. It took me a little while to figure out what I wanted to use on what side, like what exterior pieces and interior pieces out of the fabric that I had grabbed, and what I actually had space for, right, out of my material. But I think the quilting took a long time. So I think all together, I ended up doing this over 2 days. And we'll get into the reasons why in the next section. But I took, I don't know, 7 or 8 hours, I would say, to make all 3 of these. It could be a little longer, it could be a little less, but I would say about 7 or 8 hours. So it can be done in a day if you want to. But like I said, I had to spread it out over 2. All right, part 3. Pros, cons, and user error. Well, the main pro of this is I like the pattern, right? I like the flowers, that's why I picked it. I liked the instructions for the pattern as well. They made a lot of sense. Yeah, and I really like how I learned how to make these, like, how to, like, do darting for these. They're really big darts, right? Like, you can see how big they are, but I liked how I could figure out how to do those. I like how simple the pattern was and how easy to follow, and I like how it turned out. I even like the kind of the color story that I have going on. These are from 2 different Sewers Club boxes, but they worked out quite well, I think. Cons. I think the sizing could be a little bit better. Like, I really like the size of the bowls. I have a stack of bowls with me. I can show you how they fit, but these 2 little ones, are really, really similar in size, right? And they're a little different, right, from the bigger one. So I think sizing could be, but I'm not sure if that was something with the pattern or just something with how I ended up putting them together. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, the other con is I didn't like how they skipped the top stitching part. And also, I think that I would like to have the seam on the interior or on the exterior, because you see the interior more than the exterior. Like, I think, like, this isn't a good example because it's all messed up, right? But I like the cleaner look of that interior. But that's just kind of being nitpicky. User error. There's quite a bit. So first off, I used leftover thread that I had from a previous project, from the project where this comes from, actually. I used it, and then I used it all up. So I had to go to Joann and buy more thread, which is why I had to split this over 2 days. And the second thread isn't quite the same. You cannot tell when you look at it, but the thread is a little different. The other thing is my closing of these seams is not very good. I'm thinking about ripping them open and doing them again. They're messy and I don't like it. Like, even this one here is already, like, coming apart. And I only, like, made these a week ago. Not even a week ago. And I haven't even used this little one, and I'm already noticing that the seam is coming apart. So I don't like that about it. But again, that's a me thing. But I think that's it. Pros, cons, and user error. The other con, too, actually, is I don't like how puckered this interior fabric is. And again, I don't know if it's me. Maybe if I had, like, brought these darts down further or something, they would look better. But they look like a little sloppy, especially on this little purple one. These ones look better. But this purple one, I don't know. It's like just a little sloppy. But really, they look nice. I can't really complain. Like I said, I really like the pattern, and I really like the look of them when they finished. So I can't be too hard on them. Yeah, so I guess final thoughts. So first off, I have this stack of bowls here, and I kind of wanted to show you how things fit into each one. So I have 2 Cat Lady bowls here that I got from Cat Lady, right? This one's like a littler bowl, right? And it fits nicely into this little baby bowl, right? The little baby bowl, and also kind of into this medium-sized bowl. But it really fits nicely into this bowl. And what I like about that is, like I've mentioned before, I make a lot of rice bowls. In one of the rice bowls I make, I do cooked carrots, and then I want to keep them warm. So having this, for this to kind of hold the heat a little bit, and so that it doesn't burn my hands when I lift it, I think is going to be really nice. So I really like it for that. Then I have this large Cat Lady bowl. It fits really nicely into this medium dish. Yeah, again, right, same idea. It's going to be nice for holding, especially putting it on the table if I have something hot in there like soup or something. This is going to be really good. These also, I think, are a good size for when you make ice cream. Or not make ice cream, but eat ice cream. Like when I have ice cream, I usually eat it out of this bowl here. And I think this will fit really nicely like that. They also stack nicely so that if you want to keep them in the cupboard like this, right, they won't smash against each other. And then I have the large bowl, or then I have my regular black bowl, right? This is a bowl I eat a lot of pasta out of. My husband eats a lot of cereal out of, right? It's a good large bowl. It fits inside of the larger Cozy really well. I pull the Cozy, or I pull bowls out and immediately stick them in this out of the microwave and things like that. I haven't microwaved these. I think they would be microwavable safe if you didn't use the insole fleece, but I don't know how the insole fleece works in the microwave. I probably should have checked that out before doing this video. But I don't plan on putting these in the microwave, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Here's a standard like cereal bowl for you, right? It fits in here nicely. And then this is just a Pyrex, right, baking dish, cooking bowl. When I do edamame for the same rice bowl that I do the cooked carrots for, I tend to make it in here in the microwave. And again, I think it sits in this bowl quite nicely. So I think it works quite well. I think that the pattern too is nice enough that you can scale it up or scale it down as you see fit. So I'm actually thinking of scaling it up for larger serving bowls and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see how I progress with these as I use them more. Yeah, so really final thoughts. I really like these. I'm excited that I have them. I'm excited to try them out. I would say they're more like beginner, novice friendly. The square ones would be like beginner friendly, I think, but these ones, because they require a little bit more steps, are a little bit more harder, but I don't imagine that they would be super duper hard for anyone if they just followed the pattern really closely. Yeah, I think that's it. What do you think of the bowls? Do you like them? Do you like my colors that I picked? If you recognize these, you know that I wasn't a huge fan of the colors in the first place, but I think they look good now. I think this is a good project for them. Yeah, I can't think of anything else I want to say right now. So, like the video if you've made it this far. If you haven't seen my subscriber giveaway video, check that out. I'm doing a little mini subscriber giveaway for reaching 50 subscribers. I'll have that in the end cards for you. And I think that's it. So let me know what you think of these bowls. And I will talk to you again soon.